1000.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Beautiful Tuesday morning, at least here in Ocala. I was looking at the weather channel, the weather.com, whatever it is. You know, the whole country's going through a storm. The whole country's going through freezing, rain, snow.
Yes.
In a way, they're probably jealous of us. In a way, I'm jealous of them. I don't know. Do you know one of the things I'm uncomfortable with, though, Robin, has nothing to do with the weather. It has to do with being called the talent. Right? In this radio business, they call us the talent, and other people who do the air, the talent. And then everybody else is like salespeople or other things. But I always say, you know what? That's a talent too.
Yeah.
Because what they do, really, I'm terrible at. What they do, I'm terrible at. So it is kind of an interesting word, isn't it? Talent. And Stephen D. Strauss is on the phone, ready to go on the air with us. He's been with us before, I believe. He's going to talk about American small business. He is a small business expert. He's a columnist for USA Today, and he's going to talk to us about a 2013 Small Business Owner Report and how to help small businesses find and retain the right type of talent. Mm-hmm. There you go. There's that word for their business. I think salespeople are talented people in sales, right?
Yes, they are.
Let's talk to Stephen about this. Stephen D. Strauss. Good morning, Stephen.
Larry and Robin, great to be back with you. I hope that doesn't make me chopped liver. You're the talent, right?
I know. Well, see, it's not me who says that. I'm just uncomfortable with that label. I just think everybody's talented. That's what I say. Where are you, Stephen? Where are you calling from?
Well, I'm one of the guys who is jealous of you because I am up in the very, very cold today, Pacific Northwest, and it snowed here last night, which is very unusual.
Oh, okay. Very unusual? Really?
Yeah, it doesn't snow where I am very often.
Really?
I'm in Portland, Oregon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I would have figured Portland would get a lot of snow.
Yeah.
See what I know. So I don't know much about
Maybe
that.
there's more rain.
Part of the country. All right. So well, thank you for getting up early. Obviously, you're up early if you're out on the West Coast. I guess I was trying to be silly or cute or clever or something by bringing up the talent thing. But I truly think that salespeople are talented. I mean, and a mechanic is talented. Everybody's talented, right? Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course. And you know what? If you're going to run a great small business, which is what I love to talk about, you're going to hire talented people. And one of the questions is, how do you find those people, right? How do you find and retain great talent? Aside from writing for USA Today, I also do some work with Bank of America. And, the bank put out a survey recently called the Small Business Owner Report. And one of the things we looked at was how do you find and retain great talent? It's a challenge, but there are lots of companies who are figuring out clever ways to do so.
How do you identify talent? I think one of the mistakes that somebody might make is to find somebody who's really talented at something and assume that they're going to be good at something else. And then how many times have you been given a job that's really not your thing?
What I love is when hiring, you want to look at, does the person have experience? Yeah, that's important. Do they have the education background you want? Yes, that's important. But are they smart? And are they creative? And are they curious? And are they coachable? And do you like working with them? Do you want to spend 8 hours a day with this person? So there's a lot of things that go into the equation of finding the right staff besides just someone with the right experience.
This is a time of year where a lot of small businesses have extra staff just to get through the season. How important is their talent since they're very temporary? They're part-time and temporary.
Well, what you want to do as a small business owner is take care of your staff, whether they're full-time or part-time or independent contractors. You want to take care of them. And as you mentioned, it is the holiday season. I just heard about one company that had a great holiday party. Right? Here's one way to do it right. They invited everyone who works for the small business to come and wear their tackiest holiday sweater. Okay, everyone wore it, but it was funny. Please bring the best dish that you make. So there was lots of great food. Everyone brought their favorite dish. Then the owner brought in a quartet of singing Elvises who serenaded everyone throughout the night with holiday songs. And then at the end of the night, everyone got their yearly bonus. So it wasn't very hard except being a little clever, but that's the kind of place you want to work for. And if you want to find and retain and keep great talent, well, then you're going to you're going to do things like that. Make a great make yourself a great owner and have a great place to work, and offer a competitive salary, and you'll have no problems in that regard.
And when you have a you have a great boss like that, there's always that reciprocity of respect, because the bosses ultimately are the ones that make the decisions, but they need people on their team who are smart and who are visionaries that can help the business go forward.
Well, you're exactly right. One of the other things we looked at, in fact, with regard to that in the small business owner report was, are bosses doing anything special for their staff, during the holidays? And more than 90% of the ones that we talked to are doing some kind of perks. They're offering bonuses or having a holiday party, maybe not as good as the one we just talked about. Giving gifts or flex time. How great is flex time as a bonus you can give your staff this time of year? The gift of time to do some shopping or go to the kids' show at school or whatever it is. People love that.
Yeah, I think so too. But how does it contribute to productivity of the bottom line, for the bottom line?
So the answer to that is people work for a lot of different reasons. Right. One reason is they want to make money, and you hire them because you have a job to do. But people also work because for the social aspect of work, and people work because they want to learn new skills. And you as a small business owner, you have to, I think, appreciate that there's a lot more that goes into creating a good culture and a positive workspace than just having people work and work and work all the time. Because who wants? I know somebody who works in a place like that, and it's not a very pleasant experience.
No,
right? We've all had good bosses and bad bosses. We don't like bosses like that, right?
Yeah, right. So you got to find a talented boss, yeah. But ultimately, I mean, a great work atmosphere that's not getting the work done is not going to work either. That's not going to work out for anybody.
No, that's true too, of course.
Does the small business owner also have a plan where they project increase in the sales of their product, and therefore their employees would have to get some kind of raise, like you mentioned, the a time off, for the hours worked, you get comp time. But how about raises in general?
Well, those are one of the things you have to build into your budget and figure out how you're going to take care of, periodic raises and making sure that everyone feels like they're being financially compensated fairly for what they do. It's interesting. In the small business owner report, one of the things we looked at was the optimism concerns of small business owners, and not surprisingly, almost all the small business, well, not almost all, but a vast majority of the small business owners that we spoke with are very optimistic about where their own company is going and where the economy in general is going. 56% expect that their own revenues are going to increase next year. So that's how you're going to be able to give raises, because you're making more money next year. And about half that we spoke with said that they saw the overall economy doing better over the course of the next year. So the not so great recession is in the rearview mirror, and business is looking up these days.
Yeah, right. So the Bank of America actually released the report we're talking about.
The Small Business Owner Report comes out twice a year.
Okay.
This is the fall report, and they look at small business owners with employees ranging from 2 to 99 employees. And, there are 30 million businesses in the U.S., and 99% of those are small business. And the majority of those are, this sweet spot that we're talking about, between 2 and 99 employees, are what most small businesses consist of.
Can a business owner get the report somehow, and does it serve them in some way? Do they get information from the report that'll help them be better at what they do?
Yeah, you bet. Anybody who wants to see the report could go to about.bankofamerica.com. That's about.bankofamerica.com. And you can see the full report for yourself. And I think the value of looking at it is you see some best practices. You see what other small business owners are doing. What kind of perks are they giving? How are they dealing with staffing? We were talking about giving a raise. How is that handled? So looking at the report for yourself will help you see what other people are doing.
Okay.
And our small business owners, are they hiring older workers, or are they sticking with the younger ones?
It's a little bit of both. I can answer that anecdotally. What I see small business owners doing is looking for people who can complement, the owner and the other employees and bringing in a skill set that that's needed in the workplace. So sometimes that's going to be a younger employee, and sometimes that's going to be an older employee. I mean, one of the great advantages of having someone who's a little older is they have experience, they have skills that are transferable into other occupations, and so maybe they did marketing at X company, but if they're going to Y company, if they can still do marketing, well, that's the value right there.
So do we give out a website so they can get the report, or how do we give our listeners more information?
Yeah, so for more information about the report, you go to about.bankofamerica.com.
Okay.
And if people want help with their business, they can always visit me online, and they would go either to USA Today or smallbusinessonlinecommunity.com.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Stephen, thank you for being on the air with us today, and have a great winter. Stay warm a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
And you're definitely welcome back anytime.
Always love being on your show. Happy holidays to you guys and all your listeners.
Thank you so much, Stephen. We will take a little break, and we'll be right back.
We're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
For illnesses and minor injuries, visit Family Care Specialists Urgent Care offices with 2 convenient locations. Our North Ocala office is at 1111 Northeast 25th Avenue, and our Bellevue office is at 4850 Southeast 110th Street, right next to Walgreens. The medical team at Urgent Care can also handle well child and well adult exams, school and work physicals, immunizations, laboratory services, EKGs, and x-rays. Most insurances are accepted. Walk-ins are welcome. Family Care Specialist Urgent Care for illnesses and minor injuries.
On December 21st, join us for the WOCA Jingle Ball, an evening at the Appleton Museum. From 6:30 to 8:30 p.m., come enjoy the beautiful collection